I'm happy to share with you today is that Lithonia has invested to release a product that will provide you quality of light for the masses. And this is our introduction to the market of Envex. Here I have a list of benefits and common applications that this product can easily go to. Now I'll share a little bit with you about the background of this information, a background of this product. Essentially, what we wanted to do was take all of the elements that I just showed you on visually comfortable lighting, and also study the market of specifiers in the industry and understand what it is that a product needs to have, what are the elements of configurability, specification, price, as well as aesthetic that needs to be in a luminaire to make this and take it not just to your architects and lighting designers of the world, but to the contractors, to the distributors, to all of our agency partners. And what does that look like? So the key benefits in 3 for Envex are, granted, visually comfortable, modern aesthetic, high configurability. Applications, most common applications and the most applications that dominate the lighting market is offices, schools, and medical. But granted, we know and we have data that has supported us to understand that Envex can practically go anywhere. First benefit of Envex, visually comfortable. So we talked a little bit about UGR. We talked about a little bit of the variation depending on all of those elements. Well, I can tell you that Envex is glare reducing. The combination of its 1.5-inch transition zones and the low lumen density and its fully luminous aperture has given us some results of UGR as low as 10 in some of the most common layouts. One of the difficult things, or I would say challenging things for manufacturers that talk about visually comfortable, is that the complement of creating glare reducing products and volumetric products are conflictive. Why? Because volumetric lighting needs to go up, right, to get a little bit more of zonal lumens into those 80 to 90 degree zones, while glare reducing products require light to come down. Well, Envex has both. And that is one of the things that make it the first and the unique product in the industry to be able to adapt to the solutions that our mass market needs today. You will find Envex with both 80 and 90 CRI, flicker-free dimming down to 0.1%, color temperatures from 30 to 50K, extensive lumen packages starting at 1500 lumens up to 7200 lumens, and IP5X rated optical cavity. One of the other things that we learned was that on a cosmetic standpoint, as well as a cost and maintenance standpoint, bugs and dirt sometimes have an easy way of getting into fixture. Well, we wanted to take that out from the burden of our customers and provide an IP5X rated optical cavity to eliminate that. Modern aesthetic. So one of the things that you get with Envex is a fully luminous platform that actually comes with 2 different designs. You have the hourglass design, which has no element in between, and then you have the hourglass design with the center spine. We decided to put the center spine because it actually added a transition zone level, but also provided a nice little structural piece where, depending on how you want to lay out the space or how you want to design the space, it complements the space without limiting what you can do at a fully luminous aperture. The fixture in itself is 3.7 inches deep with a 2.5-inch deep depth. So the concave aspect is about 2.5 inches. Now, as I mentioned, this is a very good looking fixture at a Lithonia price point. And that's what we wanted to bring: quality of light, configurability, modern aesthetics at a price point that can be relevant to everybody. The universal appeal, Envex comes with a standard matte white finish, and it's 15 pounds or less at its most basic configuration. Benefit 3, it's highly configurable. So Envex is not only good looking, it's smart too. Envex comes with both DLC standard and DLC premium ratings, with LPWs up to 127. We've seen several of other manufacturers that can't even get half of this LPW with a similar fully luminous look. CSA and UL listed. But on the images on the right here, and one of the things that makes Envex one of the first and a very cool and innovative product for our organization today is that it has a breadth of configurations with controls, and probably one of the first products to do that today. So we have added the vertex sensor as well as the RES sensor in the design of the fixture. Well, as you can see here in the bottom right, it does not disturb the space, but it also sits parallel to the floor. So you can imagine in a concave structure, if we put the sensor without this ring in the middle, it would limit the range of network that you will get from the sensors. So what engineering did was provide a cool element where you will not be able to compromise that and still keep the same aesthetic. The packages in terms of sizes, you got 2x2, 2x4s, and 1x4s. We talked about the lumens, we talked about the colors, we talked about the compatibilities to Nlight, Nlight Air, and Vertex. You also have occupancy, photocell, and microphonics. Now, all of what I've shown you and these three benefits are available today. Envex is available to order. It launched March 16th as we promised, and we are very happy to have this information readily for you as well. So where does it position, right? So it's a Lithonia branded product where without having, that looks as good, if not better, some of the architectural products that exist, but without that price point. Right, when we look at this positioning chart, I'm pretty sure everybody knows the BLT, and that is your contractor select, very specifiable product as well. And rightfully so, it serves a purpose in the center basket world. And now we have newly introduced as well the S-Panel family with S-Panel 360 and S-Panel 3D. The S-Panel 360 is essentially positioned as advanced volumetric, where you need an additional amount of zonal lumens in those 80 to 90 degree areas. That would be the solution you'd steer to. Your S-Panel 3D is your innovative solution. If you want a specific pattern, a look in the space that is completely different to everything else in the market, that would be it. And your Envex is the modern architecture solution, or the solution that enhances modern architecture, that is universal appeal, that does not come with that very high price tag.